And we're live, baby. Let's go. You got to love it. That's the sound. There's no cracks. Do we have any beer in the fridge, you know?
I don't live here. I don't know.
I don't live here.
I
Am I good? We good?
You're good.
All right. The mics are good. The video devices are good. Let's go. It's time to rock. NFL Table Talk, AFC South preview. And I know I said the South. Shout out Jay Hess, our NFC East professional table talk extraordinaire. Can't seem to make good time to get him onto the podcast, so we're going NFC, AFC South. Dalton,
Sir,
how you doing?
I'm great, man. One step closer to football. Got to see some preseason games.
Oh, dude.
It's been
preseason
nice.
Games. That's what I definitely want to get into when we get into some of these teams. Before we actually talk about the AFC, NFC South, next podcast, next Thursday, we'll finally get to the East, hopefully. I know I've been talking about that a lot, but before we get into the South that we'll be covering today, I do want to get a couple comments that you might have on the North. That's what I talked about last time. But, as you mentioned, preseason games.
Mm-hmm.
What's something that stood out to you so far?
Well, I mean,
You sure this isn't crooked?
I think you're fine, dude. I think you're, it's got a little cricket. I think you're good.
We're good?
Yeah.
All right. I look all right? That's a different question. All right, go ahead. Sorry. What's something you liked from this week?
All right, so I kind of talked to you about it personally, but obviously George Pickens, he's been the talk of, training camp and preseason and everything else. He played really well, but you had a great point about all the mouths to feed and no spoon. Which makes a lot of, or maybe too many spoons because they got three same caliber quarterbacks.
Then you just pick one and roll with it. Yeah, definitely.
Or either that or just do one per down.
But I'd seen that he scored in the corner, but is that basically he just had a touchdown?
Yeah, and there was a few other plays. His route running is just crisp. He just looks like he fits out there. He belongs out there.
I like that. I was really excited with some of my Chiefs guys.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs, as y'all can see. Karlaftis got a sack in the second quarter, though. You'd like to see it on the first drive, but hey, we'll take it. Chris Jones, he got a sack on that first drive. But there's a white dude, Watson, number 84. I need to learn.
Justin Watson.
Yeah, he's
the real deal.
He was out there playing.
Well, and then they had an interview with Mahomes, and whenever one of the journalists was asking him a question about Justin Watson, right whenever he brought the name up, Mahomes' eyes lit up, and he was like, "Yeah, that's that guy. That's the guy that we fully expect to contribute, and we look forward to moving forward with however they say it." But you could tell that he was excited about the future with him. So that's kind of cool. Yeah.
I don't know if 84 is the number though.
I don't know. Bring it back,
Yeah.
Let's see it, That was, you got Randy Moss, and since then.
One thing I thought about this weekend when I was watching some highlights, I was like, why don't the kickers get on the bandwagon? Because I've seen Carlos Dunlap, new chief. He's rocking number 8 on the D-line. Why don't the kickers get out there rocking some
99,
52, 38? Just let's see some spicy numbers. Man.
Well, I think you guys kind of did, right? Didn't your safety kick for y'all?
I think you kicked the extra point. Yeah. I didn't watch the Chiefs game, but I watched the highlights at YouTube. Mm-hmm. They didn't show that. I was hoping they would, but that's just cool, But no need
shenanigans.
Preseason week 1, Some other good stuff. Bad stuff. Justin, what the hell? Zach Wilson.
Yeah, Zach Wilson. Justin, if you will.
He banged up the knee, but they're saying 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, it looked like it was a simple bone contusion. Nothing too serious. But it looks like he's either going to be back for week 2 or week 1, depending how recovery goes and everything else. But.
Yeah, that was still scary. When I seen he was hurt before I knew what the fuck happened. It was like when I found out when Tatis popped for steroids. John Simpson in one of our group chats, he's like, "Rip Tatis." I straight up thought he died. And I went to Google and I was like, Tatis steroids. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, maybe a better choice of
but,
words.
Yeah. But it was, what was I saying? Why did I bring that up?
Just surreal I guess, news breaks. I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, yeah.
You're saying just injuries, like
yeah.
wow.
When I seen Zach Wilson's, I was like, oh shit, is he out for the year? I was scared.
I thought it was gonna be. They made it out to be like it was gonna be a lot worse than what. Because I think it was a non-contact, and I mean that's never good.
He was like cutting left on a guy, and his leg gave out.
I mean, one more reason that
Mike White show.
Yeah, what was that, week 9 White or something.
But I hope Zach Wilson. I want to see what he's got. At least give him he's got some weapons. Elijah Moore, I
like what the Jets are doing over there, and I'm ready for I'm ready for the teams like to switch up as far as talent. You know what I mean? Like seeing the good teams and the bad teams. I'm ready for a little change up.
No, absolutely. Definitely. But we'll save that East talk for the East. But is there anything else in the preseason?
That car alarm is driving me crazy.
Deja's, we're going to mention it. Deja's car, her alarm goes off like every once in a while. And
that's Deja's car.
Yeah, it'll go off, and then it'll just stop. Just randomly. But it's done it at like 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh, God, the neighbors are going to fucking go nuts.
I bet you'll get a call about that before long.
One day, maybe. Nah, but yeah.
Try it out.
It's just one of them deals that goes on here and there. But anyhow.
Anything to touch on with the North?
No. One thing to touch on with the West. If anything goes on with Kyler Murray, did you see they picked up that Trace McSorley? Dude, he was out there. He reminded me of Kyler so much, just a little white version. Mm-hmm. And he's tiny, teeny tiny. He's fast as shit. He got a little arm on him. But he was out there moving the ball. The Cardinals beat the shit out of, I can't remember who they were playing. The Browns, maybe? Deshaun Watson was getting rape calls from the stands and shit.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
I wanted to, goddamn, what were we just talking about? The
little Kyler.
Oh yeah. Like how we kind of talked about Kyler and that whole saga with all the weird happenings that have happened this last offseason and everything. So I don't know if you saw this, but Cliff Kingsbury, and he said like, you call the plays in practice or whatever. Oh, yeah. He made Kyler call the plays of the fourth quarter of that game.
Yeah, I think
it was like they had no first downs. It was like 7 yards total.
I think you liked a tweet or something.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was real or not because the one picture looked weird, but
I'm gonna choose to believe it.
Yeah, I want to too. That's funny. But yeah, it was exciting just to see football back on. It was really weird too. Like, I got off. I was working Saturday, and by the time I got off, it was third quarter of a Chiefs game on a Saturday. It was just real weird vibes. I felt like I was in like the Twilight Zone or something. It was weird. But no, it was definitely good just to see all the boys back getting after it. It was super, super fun. I spent about an hour or two on YouTube the other day looking up all the rookies and looking up all like the second-year quarterbacks. Like I watched, was it Mac Jones? He not Mac. Yeah, Mac Jones they played against the Giants.
Yeah,
I just watched like some of the everybody's action. Zach Wilson, of course, and a guy that I'm really impressed with is a guy we'll get into, and when we get into the NFC. But there's a quarterback that's a rookie that I'm thinking may by like the halfway point of the year be the guy, and we'll get to that. But yeah, definitely some fun action over the weekend.
For the Commanders?
No.
So no Sam Howell.
So you might I haven't.
I like Sam Howell.
I didn't see nothing out of him. You might have to fill me in when we get there. So let's go right into it. We're covering the South, the AFC, and the NFC. We're gonna go AFC first. Not as fun to talk about a couple of these teams. For starters, the Tennessee Titans. I mean, I feel like that's where we'll start with. I feel like they're a team that we kind of know everything there is to know about. Now, Malik Willis. He looked pretty good.
He did look good.
But it also was against maybe second or third string guys.
It's the preseason.
But I think he's going to bring a component to that team that could be really useful, especially with Derrick Henry popping
That's what I think that could be very useful in the way that they call plays and the way that they go about their offensive scheme.
Oh, yeah.
We saw what Tannehill did in the last, plays of the season last year. I mean, he cost his team the season. You know, like literally, they won that game with another quarterback.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of leash he's on, and or if they might just keep him in there until his contract's up, and then make a decision from that point. But it will be. And it was kind of like where the Rams were with Jared Goff. You know, it's just like, do you have that guy that can get you to the next level? I don't think so.
I think it's going to get to the point where, like, as soon as Tannehill has a bad game or something, those whispers are going to be coming in like, hey, let's give Malik a shot, you know, kind of thing.
Well, and I could see Vrabel being the type of guy to do that, you know.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Being a football player, competitor, like.
And Tannehill, he could always go out to wide receiver, you know, back
go back to his roots.
Yeah. That'd be some shit. But no, I definitely am interested. I wasn't buying the hype going into the draft and everything on Malik. Then he fell a little bit, so I was like, oh yeah. But it'll be interesting. I think I'm not gonna say like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a stud just from a preseason game we watched, but interesting. Yeah. Very interesting. People were hyping Trey Lance's game on Twitter. But, like, he threw, like, a 70-yard touchdown on, like, a broken-ass play. Like, he ain't do shit. Shut the fuck up.
I love to see the division on it between the two. Because, like, you get one, like, Trey Lance season, baby, Niners forever. And then another one would be like, it's just a simple pass. Nothing more than a 12-yard, you know? Wide receiver already had separation.
Oh, yeah.
I could have made the throw. You know?
It's crazy. It's crazy land there on Twitter. But the Titans, though, I think, Derrick Henry, if he stays healthy, obviously, I think they'll be a winning football team.
Big name to watch out for, Treylon Burks.
Treylon Burks, first-round pick.
I'm going to go back. I've made this comparison a few times this offseason, like what I think it's going to be comparable to.
A.J. Brown.
No, I mean, like, yeah, but obviously, he's going to fill A.J. Brown's. Who else have we seen that happen to in the last couple of years? Justin Jefferson, Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
you know, the same type, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. Same type of story, same type of offense. Like, I think we could see a very, very good, a Pro Bowl year out of Treylon Burks if he gets all the touches. Because you're going to have Robert Woods on the other side. Yeah. But as far as possession, big guy, go up and get it. They got him to be their A.J. Brown. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, on the draft board, like, it was like comparison of player was A.J. Brown, you know, which was, ironic. But
so instead of paying A.J. Brown $100 million over 4 years, let's get this guy and we'll use him well up for 3-4 years or whatever.
Well, and that'll be interesting to see how teams do that going forward. Because, if you can do that and then not give the guys contracts, why not? You know? Like
it's scary, though, at the same time, because I want to see all these people get paid and everything, their rightful money.
Too.
But I don't want them to have to do that and go play for, like, a shit fucking franchise, you know? And that's A.J. Brown going to the Eagles. I mean, he's probably I'm excited to see what happens there because I'm all about Jalen Hurts and everything. But here we go talking about more other teams. But Titans, is Taylor Lewan healthy? He always seems to be either getting burnt or hurt.
He spends too much time podcasting, man.
Yeah, he's doing our job, man. Leave it to us, man. No. Defensively, Tennessee, anything going on?
I don't.
Is there anything?
I don't know if they made any offseason like big acquisitions. I mean, I think they got Bud Dupree last year, right?
Yeah, it's something like that. I know with the Titans, we got the over/under right here. 9 games is what their projected over/under is for the odds and everything. Not looking at the schedule, but looking at the division. You got 2 games against the Colts, 2 games against the Jags, 2 games against the Texans. Definitely can see them winning 4 of those. I mean, so do you think they go over that 9-game over/under?
Gosh, that's tough. I'll probably have to take the under on that.
Under. So you're not buying Tennessee this year. You think they're falling down?
I think the AFC is extremely difficult. Like, there's a lot of good teams in the AFC, and they're not the best team in their division. So and like I said, I'm not looking at their schedule, so I don't know what divisions they play. But considering all the difficult divisions there are and the good teams that the AFC has, I have a hard time believing they're going to get 10 wins.
Yeah, no, I hear you there. I feel like they might have missed their window, especially last year. They had the number 1 fucking seed, dude, and everyone I know they were deadly when Henry was going and everything, but Henry got hurt, but they kept it going, which was incredible and credit to them, but. I mean, I think that they missed their chance to really maybe try and reach a Super Bowl. But because, I mean, when they got to the AFC title, when the Chiefs beat them, like, they were the scariest team out pretty much. Like, everybody was afraid of Henry's going for like 150, 200 yards a game.
When he was doing it against the best run defenses in the league. Yeah. So it's just like, well, he's gonna get his. You know?
Yeah. So I just think that they probably missed their window. If they could add in, if Willis can be a stud for them, and I think that would stretch their window out. Because, I mean, you still got Henry, and you just drafted Burks. Robert Woods is a good guy. I mean, Vrabel has, and I'm pretty sure they got a lot of the same nucleus defensively. Mm-hmm. I mean, but
I could see the Willis thing being kind of like the Trey Lance thing, though, and just letting him sit behind for a year or so. And then
that's probably what they should do, too. Because I definitely think this next team is taking the division, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes.
So before we started the podcast, we were kind of talking about what I should do with my number 1 overall pick in fantasy football. Everyone's saying Jonathan Taylor. I think it is probably the safe pick when you think about, I mean, everybody. I don't think Jonathan Taylor repeats and is the number 1 overall back. I just think, and I don't think that's ever been done. I think I've heard that recently. Different podcast.
I don't know.
Anyways, but Matt Ryan being inserted into there. I did hear one thing. This was interesting, or I read this in an article. I actually did some reading recently.
I think I know what you're about to say.
Naheem Hines. Okay. I think it was 2 seasons ago, he had over 65 catches, and they said Carson Wentz kind of really made that digress, but they're thinking with Matt Ryan coming back, Naheem Hines is going to play a lot of PT, a lot of same sets with Jonathan Taylor, and they're literally Frank Reich said that I expect him to eclipse at like 65 catches, whatnot. So if you're going Jonathan Taylor, he's getting paid.
I think he signed that deal last year or whatever.
He's like $8 million.
Yeah, it was like $10 million.
Yeah, something. So they're gonna get him the ball, and I don't think they want to overload JT. So that's why I'm still thinking that I don't know if I want to take JT number 1, but I think that they got it figured out in Indianapolis. Matt Ryan.
I think their offense is gonna be set.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I think they're a team that they're going to want to be leading games. I don't think they're the team that's going to like come back and win games a lot. But if they get a lead, I think they can keep it because they got that running game. Matt Ryan will be able to make them throws. Mm-hmm. They do got some added talent now at wide receiver, that Paris Campbell and Michael Pittman. Yeah. And so, like, used to be the T.Y. Hilton and nobody else, and now you got other names there. It's kind of interesting.
Is T.Y.?
I think he may still be there, like 3rd or 4th string.
I feel like
he's
just going to be here in 20 years.
He's a goofy-looking dude.
Still going out and playing football.
Yeah.
Playing like one half and getting like 180 yards and
if he
not playing the rest of the
year. Yeah, all he does is ball out against the Texans, it seems like. That's all he does.
He was bred to do.
Oh, yeah. But do you see where defensively not Demarcus Lawrence, their linebacker.
Darius
Leonard, he changed his first name.
That was weird.
What was it again?
Oh, it was.
I don't have to look it up.
Was it? I don't know. Whatever it was just like.
It was something outlandish.
I preferred, which I don't know. I mean, whatever. I guess.
Yeah.
But it's what he used to be called in college or high school.
It's his middle name or something, I think.
Yeah.
Or no, it's his real name, and Darius is his middle. I gotta look it up, damn it.
I just don't know.
I don't want to look it up. I don't have my phone on me. You can look it up if you want. It's not that big of a deal. Sorry, podcast listeners. But he changed his name. It's getting weird.
It's got us rattled, to say the least.
But it almost was a kind of like a OG move. Like, he changed it to something that sounded a little scarier, So he might be set for.
Weird, but yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I think he's set up for his best year
yet. Stud. I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah. And then they got the D line. Yannick Ngakoue. Yeah, and then the DeForest Buckner. So, I mean, they got a good defense. I think they win this division handedly. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to brass tacks, I don't think that they compete with the top 5 teams in the AFC. That's something. They're the best team in the division, and I don't think they're a top 5 team in the AFC. Mm-hmm. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree, yeah.
I mean, I would take the Chiefs and Chargers over them, Bills over them, and I would take Bengals and the Ravens over him, so there's 5. And when Deshaun's back, I would definitely take the Browns over him. So I mean, and then Raiders and Broncos. I mean,
a lot of
it's
teams.
Fucking crazy, dude. It's wild. But yeah. So is there anything on the Colts?
We're seeing a lot of teams doing this. Like got everything. You're missing a quarterback. You're seeing a lot of these teams do that.
Grab it.
Last 2 years, 2 teams that have done that won the Super Bowl. So we'll see.
We'll see
if they follow suit.
I just don't think they will, but I do think that they can cruise over that 10-game threshold. I'm not saying 12-13. They might get 12-13 just because of that division. Depends on how they stack up against the Titans, but I really want to see the Texans be good. Let's go into the Texans next. Lovie Smith, I've always loved that dude. He's been a great coach for a long time. Got a great beard.
Yeah, wonderful beard. That's really nice.
And Davis Mills, he's got a long neck. When you match up a great beard with a long neck, that you never know what could happen.
Put your neck on the line.
Put your neck on the line. I love him though. I think this could be a hot take, but I think when it's all said and done, Davis Mills might be the best quarterback from that class last year of the 6 quarterbacks. He could be.
I don't know. I personally think I love Lovie Smith. But I think it was kind of a weird hire. I mean, considering like how
was he the interim last year?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No. I just, a lot of the league is going towards those younger offensive-minded type coaches, and then to see a team like the Texans going the totally opposite direction, we'll see. Maybe it'll work out. Maybe that'll make the team more cohesive. You got a guy that's got
need hard nose.
Yeah, hard nose. Grit.
Grit. So yeah, Texans. You got Davis Mills, running back. I listened to Lovie Smith on a podcast actually, and he mentioned how it's going to be a running back by committee. So there's nobody I'd really be looking out for in fantasy. I mean, Brandon Cooks. That's the one guy probably on the entire offense that you'd probably try and grab in fantasy, I would imagine. Defensively, it's just a bunch of, guys that need to make a name. I don't know. Can you name a single defensive player for the Houston Texans?
Maybe like Whitney Merciless or something. Does that sound familiar? That might have been from 10 years ago too.
That could be. He was there for a long time. He might still be. I don't know. But yeah, that's the thing.
The guy they got in the draft, freaking not Sauce Gardner, but the other one, the corner.
Oh yeah, from LSU. Yeah, number 7 from LSU.
What's his name?
Yeah, dude, we need to
sharpen.
We need to sharpen our abilities. We need to watch more football. That's the thing. I was talking with someone about it. I was like, don't realize how much I forget when I'm not watching football every single day. You know what I mean? But
and I forget more than most people know.
Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing. That's the real big thing. But Texans are over/unders 4.5. I want to see them do well, but I'm
taking the under.
Yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars. They got rid of your boy Urban Meyer last season. He didn't make it out alive. Now they got in old boy from Philadelphia. What's his name? Can we get one name right on this podcast?
From who?
The Eagles coach, old Eagles coach.
Nick.
No, that's the Jags coach now.
Doug Peterson.
Doug Peterson, there it is.
Visor boy.
I love Doug Peterson. I think he's a good coach. They made some weird moves early in the offseason with Christian Kirk and other people getting signed fat contracts. They took Trayvon Walker first overall. There's a name I'm remembering.
And then we never really heard anything about him throughout this whole offseason, it seemed like.
No, but he did have a pretty decent he was all over the place in his first game for preseason. So we'll see what happens there. Hutchinson for the Lions, I thought he looked good. But Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence. People still are acting like Trevor Lawrence could be like big time, but I never have seen that. I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that they could be feisty, steal a couple wins here and there. You know what I mean?
Derek Stingley Jr. I'm sorry.
Derek Stingley Jr.
Yeah,
there it is.
Driving me crazy.
There's
the lack of attention.
There's the one guy. Everyone that's listening to this podcast, when someone's sitting there talking to you, do you know anybody on Houston Texans defense? You'd say Derek Stingley Jr. Boom, let's go. He'll be a beast too.
Yeah, I think so.
But it just sucks that he has to go play for the Texans. God, that would suck.
Imagine getting that call. You're like, do
please,
I pick up?
Reject, trade me, please. No, but Travis Etienne, he looked really explosive in preseason. Very explosive. Poor James Robinson, he gets shit on every fucking year. He's such a hard-nosed kid.
Real gym rat.
Gym rat, buddy. Gym rat.
Gotta put his head down and just go for it.
Yeah. Who did I feel like the Jaguars got somebody else a receiver besides Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Because they lost Shark to the Lions.
Yeah. But they got a guy last year, I believe.
Marvin Jones.
Which, but I don't know.
Interesting pickup. They just have a weird. It's like they spend money on weird shit down in Jacksonville. They don't do the right things with their money.
They're like the type of they get their paycheck and they just like go buy a python or something. It's like what are you gonna do with that?
I think they got the right coach to try to turn it around, but I don't think they.
I don't know about that either.
No, I just think that he's a good coach. He might not be the right coach. He's a good guy, good dude, good dude. Chiefs roots, you know. But I just don't think they got the right quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. I think you're screwed there. I don't think he's gonna be able to just like. I feel like if he was on like, let's say the Rams, he'd be doing pretty good probably. I don't think he'd win a Super Bowl for you, but I think he'd be just fine.
That was
get him like a Clemson type team. Like when he was at Clemson, he might be all right.
Surround him with Pro Bowlers and all pros, and he could make a difference.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So, yeah, I don't think the Jags are any good either. Who's an unsung hero from you for the AFC South?
I don't know if it's really unsung, but I think Michael Pittman is a guy that could end up being.
I think that's unsung. You can call it.
I think he could end up being a top 10 for sure, maybe top 5 receiver at the end of the year.
Top 5.
I mean, the other receivers on the team, I think he's going to stand alone. He may get a Cooper Kupp target type season. So watch out for that.
Not Cooper Kupp level.
No, you know what I'm saying? Just like a majority of the targets on the team, like he's hogging them.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely can see that. I like that pick a lot. I think Michael Pittman's definitely bound for a great year. I mean, he had a terrific impact last year with a shithead quarterback.
Reminds me a lot of Mike Evans.
Yeah, no, I like that. Mike Evans is a lot cooler though. A lot cooler. Bro, he's a lot cooler.
I can't mess with anybody on the Bucs anymore. So.
Yeah, but Mike Evans is cool. Okay. Anyways, my unsung hero is going to be a young man from the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just mentioned him, Travis Etienne. I'm gonna try and snatch him up everywhere. So you better not, okay? No, I need to do some mock drafts, figure out where all these kind of like
the ADP and all that.
Yeah, where all these dudes are going. But no, he looked great, explosive, great. He looked like he would really. He's gonna make some guys miss a lot. He's gonna get a lot of catches and whatnot. You love that. You love that from a running back.
Love to see it.
He's always gonna be in the game if he can catch the ball. So that's my unsung hero. How do you think the division shakes out? Number 1, Indianapolis Colts for both of us. Then how?
I think we're probably going to be right on the same. Colts, Titans.
Think Jags or Texans. They might be battling for worst team in football by the end of the year.
What a battle that would be. I'm going to probably go Jags and then Texans, I think.
Okay, Jags, Texans.
Maybe Dougie P's got the magic recipe or something.
I'll match that. I really like. I would like to see both of those two teams actually. Like, if I could have it my way, Jags or Texans win the division. And, yeah, because Colts are lame, always have been kind of. Titans, Derrick Henry's
cool.
Yeah, fuck.
They're cool. Outside of Tannehill.
All they got that's cool is their coach and Derrick Henry.
Robert Woods.
I knew you were going to say that.
Bobby Trees, baby.
Trees. He's coming off ACL. We haven't seen it. Jury's still out. Switching over to the NFC South. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I feel you a lot. I think that Tampa Bay is fucking annoying. I just can't stand their fans. I can't. Does Tampa Bay actually have actual fans or just Brady fans that came over?
I would say mainly Brady fans that came over.
Yeah, because
have you ever met a Bucs fan?
I've seen people wear a Bucs shirt around here.
I liked
Brady
the Bucs when Jameis was there.
Yeah,
but
I didn't like the Bucs.
I like Jameis.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, now they've added Julio Jones, Robert Gage at receiver to go along with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. Gronk retires, but then they add
Julio Jones.
Oh, Julio! Did I not say him?
Did you say him? You might have.
I might have said him first. I don't know. But they add in Kyle Rudolph, and they still have that Brake guy, right?
Cameron Brady. Yeah. They just.
But keep him Brady, where's he going? What happened? He's going away from the team.
I'm leave it at old Tommy Boy to be a black sheep.
Tommy Boy Black. I like that.
Hey.
That's clean. But what's going on for real though? Because not only obviously it's Tom Brady. It's not like he has to I mean, he knows that whole offense. He's going to be able to make plays, I feel like, no matter what. But
just the way the media presented it was really weird.
The way the media presented it was...
I mean, because I think we both kind of thought the same thing. I was like, oh, Tom's just like, well, fuck it. I'm not going to preseason. I'll show up game one, practice. You know,
but
like...
The thing is with that, like, I know other players do that, you know, like Gronk has always done it, and then other players can.
But you're the quarterback.
Exactly. That's my I think he needs to be there, and especially it's Brady. Like, that team, there's distractions that going on outside. Our neighbor has a dog that they never chain up, and it literally just it's in the middle. I'm looking at this. Look, Dalton, it's in the middle of the road, fucking barking at this car, like trying to take it out. What the hell? They're freaking out. That's great. I love it. Anyways, Brady being the quarterback and it being Brady and the Bucks don't have an identity outside of Tom Brady. They have all pros and everything and whatnot, but what were they before Brady? Nothing.
And I think, I mean, and like I said, this all depends on whether he's got a serious situation going on or whatever at home. I don't know. The way the media made it sound is he does, but I
for
mean,
him to be gone, I don't think
the fact of what he did this offseason about the retiring thing and then having to make them panic and think that they were going to have to figure something else out and then coming back to get his like little glory dance, you know, like. No. I think it is a little selfish if he's just like, well, I'm not going to preseason. Like, I don't. That's just me personally.
I just don't think that he would actually do that. I don't think he would just like, oh, I'm just gonna take a couple weeks off. I mean, why would you come back if you were gonna have to take fucking training camp off?
Well,
like,
you
want to
like,
be there.
If you come back, you want to win it.
Exactly.
You're right. I mean, like if you're Tom Brady, like, because you got to think like, if he wins one, he is most certainly done at this point, even though I said that in the past, but like
I think you're right. This year is the year, though. I think
I like I do not want that to happen at any. I mean, I do not want him to ride off into a sunset.
Yeah, and he's gonna try it as hard as he can. Oh, we're yawning talking about the old fucking man Brady. I just it's real weird. I'm just real scared that there could be something bad happen. Hope not for him and his family's sake, but watch it be something like that, and then the team rallies behind it. And then, they are programmed.
Oh, I can already see this
a
little Michael Jordan
bad.
deal,
oh no,
flu game.
Fuck him, man. I don't want to see the Bucks do it, but goddamn, they're trying to make it set up perfectly. But yeah, so we don't need to spend a whole lot of time. Everybody knows about the Bucks. They've been around the block. Do you think they can eclipse that over-under of 11.5? We haven't seen their schedule, obviously.
Their division's not great.
Falcons are going to beat them twice. Carolina, I don't see Baker Mayfield beating Tom Brady. Now, if Tom Brady's missing, I seen something about someone said Brady might miss week 1. Like, they hope he's back week 1. Like, so that made did you see that?
Mm-mm.
They were saying that on SportsCenter. I seen something like that, but it might have just been like a.
Like I said, I think this could be a lot of stuff that he's putting out into the world for like motivation for himself. Or he's fucking weird.
He's a fucking weird dude. He looked really old though in a little interview he was doing at camp.
Really?
He looked old, like it was in his face.
He probably needs his.
He had like a line down his cheek. It was
he probably hasn't got his annual work done yet.
Yeah,
some filler.
Well, his shit is like the most healthy shit in the world, and people want it to like put in their body. Have you seen that South Park episode?
Yeah.
His biome.
His poop.
Yeah. It's interesting. That's Tom Brady talk for you, buddy. That's NFL table talk. We do it for you. If he's there, I mean, dude, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, fucking
What else do you want?
Like they got everything they need.
Kyle Rudolph? Come on.
He's washed. He's
he's very washed. I just love they put up one of those graphics and they got all the receivers and it's like Kyle Rudolph. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're doing that.
I think their only way of getting there would be like home field advantage throughout the playoffs type thing. So I think it's going to be big. I think they hit the ground running, but the division will go to the next team, the Atlanta Falcons and the Carolina Panthers. Those teams aren't competing.
Just very yucky to even think about.
But I am excited to be able to watch Marcus Mariota play. Like obviously the Falcons, when they're playing against the bigger teams in the NFL, they're not probably going to be competing. But imagine those games on Sunday on the red zone, that 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock window, when we get to see like Mariota in a 1-score game against like
he's
Baker.
always been a fun quarterback to watch. I mean, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. He can run it, throw it, catch it. He can do it all.
Mm-hmm.
But what I was going to mention earlier in the preseason highlights I've seen, everybody go watch it. Desmond Ridder was flinging the ball, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Backup quarterback from Cincinnati.
Talk about a guy that looks old.
Old as shit. He looks 48.
I know.
Damn, he looks
I remember
old.
we got drafted. I'm like,
dude.
this dude?
Yeah.
Like,
and that can't, like, that would be the worst. Like, yeah, it's draft night. You're about to be rich or an NFL quarterback.
And then everybody on Twitter's like, this dude looks old as shit.
God,
yeah.
that would be fucking horrible. It's like, dude.
Who did that thing, got drafted like at 27? Was it Brandon Weeden or was it?
Brandon Weeden got drafted at like 28. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Ridder is a little bit older too. I think he's like 26 or something.
Is he?
But he looks. He might be 40.
Like he's went through some shit.
Yeah,
like,
he's had a rough childhood. But no, that's what I was saying. I like Mariota. I think he should get this entire season. I think Mariota should get a year, like final hoorah, he's earned it type of thing.
What do we think about the guys catching the ball? I saw Drake London. I think he went down week 1 with something. I don't know.
I seen him make
serious.
a catch. I didn't see he get hurt or not.
Yeah, I thought he tweaked something. I may be wrong on that, but Drake London and Kyle Pitts, those are two very nice dudes to be throwing the ball to.
Yeah, I don't know anything about London. I'll be interested to watch him play and stuff. Like, I mean, I've seen a little bit of college tape, but
cool ass name.
Very cool name. Very, very cool name. Kyle Pitts, though, yeah, I think he's the truth.
He's the real deal.
Oh yeah, but I think that offense is going to be like electric. Like, they're going to turn the ball over a lot, but they're also going to run the score up sometimes. But
it's like, I hate to always go back to it, but Jameis with the Bucks, man, or Jameis with anybody, just fun to watch,
Yeah. I like Atlanta. I like what they're doing there. I think they just need like fucking Calvin Ridley, man. Like,
that's bullshit.
It is.
And then AJ Terrell, their corner on the other side of the ball.
He's
I like him a lot.
He's a really good player. There's somebody else defensively. I thought, I don't know, but I like Atlanta. I always kind of have. They got cool colors, cool emblem, everything.
Well, and
cool.
Vic just set the standard too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's like that's what I'll always remember him for.
Yeah, absolutely. Carolina, though, they're a little bit more interesting. Baker Mayfield's coming into town. Sam Darnold, best backup in the league. I'd still
1-2 in the draft.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
In same year.
Mm-hmm.
Really? I thought that was Carson Wentz.
Mm-mm. Carson Wentz was Jared Goff year.
Yep. Okay. That's crazy though.
Mm-hmm.
That's real crazy. You're right. You are right.
Imagine like that. Because, like, they're like, oh, it's nothing, we're just out there competing, trying to do what's best for the team. But, like, that's got to be tearing you up mentally.
Oh, yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, we're the dumpster fires that nobody wanted. They sent us to die in Carolina, pretty much. And now we're competing for a job to see who's going to be out of the league next year, pretty much. Like,
but I think it's Baker's job. I think Baker's earned just
I think so.
But I think Sam Darnold, I'd take... If I'm Seattle, I'd rather have Sam Darnold than whoever the fuck they got up there.
No, don't down talk Geno.
I mean, Geno, I'd rather start Sam than Geno
I know what you're
back
saying.
him
I'm
up.
just giving you shit.
Yeah. I would rather have Sam Darnold than Daniel Jones, maybe. That's a tough one. But anyways, Baker, he's got some weapons. Christian McCaffrey, if he can stay healthy, name a better one. Then you got DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson. That's incredible.
Robbie Anderson, I love Robbie Anderson.
It's maybe not incredible, but it's a good 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
And then defensively, they got a little edge rush. I know. Their defense was decent last year. Jeremy Chin,
and then
had some
who was that?
players.
The rookie cornerback they got. The one they had an injury concern at the very beginning.
Well, they also drafted J.C. Horn.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
He'll actually get to play this year. So. That'll be an interesting deal. I think the Panthers have the ability to be the second best team in this division. They have the ability to. Will they? Matt Rule, can he make it? Remember the NFL when the coaches all took the picture when like the annual coaches meeting? Matt Rule's just standing there. God, what a fucking weirdo,
Tough
dude.
look.
That was rough. I feel bad for that guy. But the Panthers.
I forgot about that picture.
Panthers, I don't know if this was that was a great
it's
picture.
Hilarious visual. I can't get out of my head now.
I don't know if this is an updated over-under or not, but they say the Panthers are at 6.5 games. I think they cruise over 6.5. well, maybe not cruise, but they're a 500 team if I look at it. 8-9, 9-8. That's where I'm thinking they land. But maybe not. I don't know.
I don't think they're going to be.
I think I'm being a little too
I'm thinking
eager with some of these teams.
I'm thinking 6-11.
Ooh, that means Matt Rule's gone. He's gonna be staying there.
Yeah.
Oh.
6-11, 7-10 type ball club.
Okay. I can see that. You got an unsung hero for that team? For that team alone? I don't. I was just wanting to put you on the spot.
Just tell me whoever the backup running back is. That's the unsung hero.
Chuba Hubbard. Chuba.
I'm
have
always
faith.
Going to say Chuba, by the way.
Chuba
Hubba.
So you don't have faith in Christian McCaffrey?
I mean, I do for the first 2.5 games. He'll be great.
Oh, my God. I want him to for them first two. I just want him then I'll trade him.
Trade him.
No, I wouldn't trade him. I'd let him.
Who knows? Maybe he'll – I mean, he's had a hard time being healthy. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Yeah, but when he wasn't having a hard time being healthy, God,
great.
He was a good guy to have. Panthers. I mean, I want the Panthers to be good, dude. I want them to be. Matt Rule's a good guy. I want him to succeed. I want Baker. I want Baker to at least win week 1. I at least want him to beat.
Yeah, they play the Browns, right?
Yeah, I want them to put their dicks in the dirt. That'd be fun. What's going on with Deshaun? Is he?
Speaking of putting dicks in the dirt. No, I don't.
Are they gonna extend that suspension?
I don't know. It's been. I bet you it'll stay the same. I think they just talked about that appeal stuff just to make everybody feel better. Like, hey, we're trying. You know what I mean?
And he's gonna come
back. But
at
the end of the day, I think it's gonna be that.
I think you're right.
Is it 6 games?
Yeah, 6.
So, gosh, that's not enough.
Yeah, I feel like they should extend it out to 8 from here, and then everybody might.
Okay, well, still not enough, but
and just
you did your best.
Get it over with. Yeah.
Thanks, Roger.
This next team, though, I mean, we mentioned him already. Jameis, famous Jameis Winston, baby. I love the Saints, especially now that. Ooh, you didn't like that.
The Saints have been one team over the past few years that I've just hated, but a lot of that has gotten to do. I mean, we all know. The catch,
the drama, that
unfolded
in the
Sean
NFC.
Payton with his little smirky ass. Obviously, he's gone now, so which is cool.
I like Sean Payton.
I don't.
See, I like Sean Payton, and I'm actually happy that it's just no more Drew Brees retirement tour shit.
Yeah.
And now I finally get to see Jameis Winston take the team by his.
Well, and he had it last year, and didn't he have?
He was doing all right.
He had that 5 touchdowns the first week. It was kind of a weird 5 touchdowns.
I think they were like a 3-2 team or something like that, and then he got hurt or something. But dude, they got some good weapons for him. They got they picked up Jarvis Landry, right? And then they obviously drafted Chris Olave.
And then
Michael Thomas.
Yeah,
is he gonna play?
He's a guy that I have never really liked either. But
I can't stand him, but now I'm kind of rooting for him.
Yeah.
Like, all right, like you got what you deserve.
Right? Yeah.
Play some fucking football, dude. Like.
He's
so
like
many people.
Ben Simmons.
Right. He's Ben Simmons of the NFL. Fucking. What the big thing with him is like how many people have drafted him and left him on their IR like last 2 years for him to.
I
ain't fucking playing. I'll give you 7 catches 1 week.
I ain't fucking leaving.
But I hope he's gonna play week 1.
I think so. I mean, that's the way they're leading us to believe.
I feel like if he could come in and like dominate week 1. That could give them a big boost of energy. Like, okay, he's back. Our defense is still here. We still got our old defensive coordinator at the head coach. Jameis is playing clean football, not turning the ball over. That could be, oh shit, Bucks. We want this division.
We didn't even mention it.
Love that,
what's going to happen?
I don't see it.
What's going to happen with Alvin Kamara? Because remember, he beat the shit out of some dude. Like, do you remember that? Like at the Pro
Vegas
Bowl halftime or some shit. Yeah.
At halftime of the Pro Bowl.
I thought so. I thought that.
I don't think it's like at halftime, but I think it was that
he
weekend.
Was all right, I'm out. And then
I think it was just that weekend or something.
I don't know. I'm sticking to halftime.
But I keep hearing people say he might get suspended. Yes.
But I mean, when? I mean, we don't have a whole lot of.
That's why you don't do your fantasy football draft till the end of at least the end of August. Like, you should be doing it like 2-3 days before the season starts.
Mm-hmm. I remember when we used to do it like at the beginning of August.
Oh yeah,
so dumb.
3 people's ACLs are gone.
And then your whole year is just like, well,
fuck it, next year.
I guess we'll try.
Can we redraft?
Yeah.
But yeah, I really would like to see the Saints get it done. Their over/under's 8.5. That'd be under 500. So basically, is the NFC South. Look at this. NFC South, AFC South are fucking atrocious. So you got the Bucks in the NFC South. They're looking at 11, 12 wins. Colts are at 10. Titans at 9. Everybody else is under 500. Who's one team besides the Bucks and the Colts and Titans? So between the Panthers, Falcons, Saints, Jaguars, Texans, it's going to be the Saints.
Me big turds here.
Yeah, I know.
It's Saints, though.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, that Saints is the one team.
They're the unsung hero. Yeah. So who's your unsung hero of the division, NFC South?
You got yours?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
My unsung hero is none other than that dude, Jameis Winston.
Damn.
Jameis.
Took mine.
I really, 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 really am just hoping for it. I want him to do good just because, like, I always liked Jameis, even back when he was at Florida State. I know, like, he was kind of like, he had like that Johnny Manziel aspect there for a while when he stole the crab legs and fucking.
Well, but like him, it was less cocky, more just like being a goober.
Goober, yeah, just a goober.
That's what I like about it, you know. And like, you know, and at the end of the day, obviously, you know, I like Jameis. He's a goofball. He does funny shit, you know, all the time throughout the offseason, his training and everything. But I do believe in him. Like, I think he can be good. Like, I really do.
What's that PMT video of him? It's like.
Oh, with that guy, Jameis Winston is the best quarterback in the history of the NFL.
Like that edit they do, and it's like sometimes you got to go back.
Oh yeah, with Matthew McConaughey. Sometimes you got to go back and move forward.
Yeah. But no, I do. I really would like to see him do well. But who's your unsung? London?
Well,
you going to London?
Now you got me thinking off the cuff a little bit. As
Just double down on Jameis.
I'd like to pick something different.
Kyle Trask.
Well, we talked about it a little bit, but let Marcus Mariota make that team interesting a little bit. You know what I mean? Or at least him or Desmond Ridder come in. I mean, and I think actually now, okay, I'm forcing myself to believe this take now that I started it. So I think Marcus Mariota might be the best thing to happen to Desmond Ridder. Same type of ball style, you know, the same type.
They almost looked identical, literally.
Yeah. So, and then maybe he'll have some veteran, you know,
presence.
Yeah, you know, something.
Show him how to study. Show him how to, you know, get.
Show him
ready
how
for
to enter the
games.
league correctly, and maybe, you know, do a few things differently than Marcus
going
did
into the
early in
draft.
his
I'll be
career.
honest, because like I didn't think any of the quarterbacks in this last draft were anything special, but Ridder was the one I was like, I think he. I'm not saying he's going to be good in the league, but I was like, I think he's the best of them, like now. And I'm still going to stick to that. So, but yeah, Mariota, Ridder, Falcons, they're fun.
Mm-hmm.
Just wish Ridley was playing. That sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, NFC, AFC South. The one I was looking forward to the least.
Kind of a lame.
Lame.
This was kind of lame. Some of the know topics.
But we make it fun.
Yes.
We got the cameras. Look at Dalton. Look at the camera, Dalton.
Hey.
Do I look good? Am I straight still? Is it fuzzy? Is it still recording?
Oh shit. No, it's going.
We're good. We're good. I got scared. But no, so next up is on the ballot is AFC, NFC East. You might want to get ready to do that. We might actually do that 3-man.
Yeah.
I have the ability to do Zoom. With obviously we'll get Josh on the Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to be here, we could both do it just like this. Have Josh on the Zoom. We're making love to each other.
Yeah. All that.
All that, dude.
I would like to get on there to give a little banter back about the Cowboys and
That would be
whatnot.
fun. I think that'd be real fun.
Get the tempers flaring a little bit.
And I want to get my Buffalo Bills takes out. I want to get them out.
I want to
talk about fucking moms. Zach Wilson.
No, that's not what
the Jets, baby. What do you want to talk about? Not that.
The Giants are winning the division. Okay.
Giants.
Yeah,
You think so?
That's all I got. 8.
Okay. Bring that fire. Bring that. Nah, so appreciate it, D-Mart. That's the pod. Tell your friends. Subscribe. We're going to make this the go-to podcast by at least 2026, all right? So
Consistency.
Bear with us.
And belief.
Much love, everybody. Appreciate you. Subscribe and share. Peace.
Thank you.